Welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, it seems the Vaz family is going to have a very busy November and a spooky Christmas, because now we're hearing that on Sunday the 10th of November, I don't know when you'll be hearing this video, but on the 10th of November, Douglas Vaz, who is Daryl Vaz's father, passed away in his sleep, right? And by some incredible coincidence, the former PNP MP, a man by the name of Wendell Stewart, also passed away the same Sunday morning and also in his sleep, right? Now, the name Douglas Vaz shouldn't be unknown to most Jamaicans, especially if you're over a certain age, right? Douglas Vaz, I think he did about 4 terms as an MP. He represented Northeast St. Andrew, right? And Douglas Vaz was really the one who brought Daryl Vaz into politics, right? And probably one of the most infamous things Douglas Vaz is known for is that he was a part of the JLP 5, who I guess you could say rebelled against Edward Seaga, right? Because they didn't like the direction he was taking the party, right? Another member of that 5 was none other than Bruce Golding, right? And they left and went and formed the National Democratic Movement, or NDM, right? And then in the end, of course, we know the story. Bruce ended up go back at JLP, right? And NDM kind of fizzle out. So now there will be another big JLP funeral, because there's been quite a few recently. Obviously the biggest is Edward Seaga, then Dr. Ken Barr drop out, right? And now Douglas Vaz, right? All very senior and influential people in the party, right? But that doesn't stop there for the Vaz family, especially Daryl Vaz, because now we're hearing, right, that he's actually lining up to drop a lawsuit on the head top of the PNP communication director, a man by the name of Colin Campbell, right? And this is for, apparently he was sending around some information saying as to why Daryl Vaz lost his visa, right? And I don't know if you people have seen that WhatsApp post that's been going around. It involves some very powerful names. Not only does it include the name of Daryl Vaz, but also Prime Minister Andrew Holness, right? The top man for Grace Kennedy, Don Webby, the police commissioner, Anthony Henderson, a very senior banker by the name of Curtis Martin, and they even went as far as to name out the bank, right? Now, I received that post. Multiple people sent me the post, right? But I didn't do a video on it, because for things like that, I need to be able to at least verify it with another source, right? Another trusted source before I can say, all right, go ahead, right? And there was a lot of sensational things that was in that post. They could be true, right? They could not be true. I don't know. There was no way of me to verify this. Now, when I got the story on Philip Paulwell, notice I didn't do a video on that one either, but I at least posted it on the site, because I could confirm some of the things with the Paulwell story, especially the Danai links, right? But I still didn't do a video, right? Because again, I don't like to step out and things like that unless I have some kind of verification, right? So the PNP communications director has been given, I think them say 1 week, right, to do a public apology. So basically, Daryl Vaz wanted him to come out and make the people know, say, he was wrong and a foolish himself around, and if he doesn't do that, he's going to get hit with a lawsuit. And of course, you know the money in the deal with no like chicken money, so it's going to be one hell of a lawsuit. So I think he's probably going to just hold him on and say, listen, I apologize, because just the lawyer fees alone make a lot of people don't want to go through a lawsuit, even if them feel like them can win it. Just the whole paperwork and fees, etc., it's just not worth it. So he's probably going to end up tell Daryl Vaz, say, boy, I'm sorry, and apologize. And worse like how Douglas Vaz go drop out now. So now people around him, and by him I mean the PNP communication director, people around him are probably going to be telling him, just tell him sorry, yeah, man, because you don't know like how him father drop out. And you know, so I don't expect this to carry on too long. But as I said, why things looking really interesting, people. When I tell you it's going to be a spooky Christmas, now you understand what I'm talking about. But the thing that stands out to me is really the timing, right? Because of all the time when Douglas Vaz could drop out, this is when it happened. So I'm wondering if the pressure, right, of hearing what his son Daryl Vaz end up get himself in, and the pressure that is coming down on him, he potentially might have to retire from ministry and all these things. I'm wondering if it put the old man in a spot where it kind of speed up his trip to the afterlife, because this is when you're at that age, people, this is why you shouldn't really deliver certain bad news to old people, right? Douglas Vaz was 83 years old, and even now, personally, if something happened to you or if something happened to me, I don't ever call and tell my grandparents or anybody like that, because when you're at that age, people, any kind of bad news, any kind of stress, anxiety, trust me, the effects can be detrimental, right? So again, just looking at the timing, I'm thinking maybe all this pressure that's coming down on Daryl Vaz, right, probably had something to do with what happened to Douglas Vaz and how he ended up pass away. It's not like he was a young bud, because he was 83 years old. But again, I'm just looking at the timing, people. So there you have it. Douglas Vaz is no longer here, and the former PNP MP Wendell Stewart is also no longer here. Right, so Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video. Bless.